We do sincerely apologize for starting behind schedule due to some technical issues. Hello and warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News and Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Amina Jibril. Now, a quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has said that tackling corruption at the highest level of leadership would set an example for others and demonstrate the government's commitment to transparency and integrity. Obasanjo, speaking on Sunday night during an interactive session on Zoom tagged Boiling Point Arena, insisted that Nigeria's battle against corruption can only be effective and successful if it begins with accountability among top government officials. The former president described corruption as hydra-headed and one that has eaten deep into the fabric of Nigerian society, emphasizing that the fight against corruption must start with leadership for it to succeed. He stressed that the fight against corruption must be consistent and daily affair to nip it in the bud. And the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has urged the public to disregard a fake list of ambassadorial nominees circulating on social media. This was contained in a statement issued by the ministry's spokesman, Kimiebi Ebienfa. The ministry clarified that no such appointment had been made, emphasizing that the appointment of ambassadors is solely the prerogative of the president and no such appointment have been made in that regard. Ad hoc staff recruited by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for the November 16th governorship election in Ondo State have accused the commission of failing to pay their allowances. 22 days after the poll workers, numbering over 17,000, expressed frustration over the delayed payments despite promises made by INEC to disburse their allowances shortly after the election. Meanwhile, the INEC spokesperson in Ondo State, Dr. Temitope Akamu, in response to the accusations, refuted the allegations, stating that the commission had begun paying the allowances, but however noted that some delays were caused by banking issues. Still on election matters, the 2024 Edo Governorship Election Petition Tribunal is set to commence its inaugural and pre-hearing session over petitions challenging the declaration of the All Progressives Congress APC candidate Monday Okwegbalo as winner of the September 21st governorship election by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. As at the time of filing this report, 7 petitions were before the tribunal, 1 from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and its governorship candidate, Asue Igodalo. The PDP candidate had emerged second, while the candidate of the Labour Party, Olumide Akpata, came third in the results of the September 21st, 2024 governorship election declared by INEC. On aviation matters, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, has waded in on the disagreement between Airpeace and the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC. This comes as the FCCPC's invitation of Airpeace over alleged exploitative fares had sparked a row, with Airpeace faulting FCCPC over claims that it is instigating the airline. The Chief Operating Officer, COO of Airpeace, Oluwatoyin Olajide, had addressed a press conference faulting FCCPC's claim of exploitative fares, which, according to the Commission, which according to the Commission is against the Aviation Union. And now on aviation matters, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, has waded in on the disagreement between Airpeace and the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC. This comes as the FCCPC's invitation of Airpeace over alleged exploitative fares had sparked a row, with Airpeace faulting FCCPC over claim that it is instigating the airline. The Chief Operating Officer, COO of Airpeace, Oluwatoyin Olajide, had addressed a press conference faulting FCCPC's claim of exploitative fares, which according to Airpeace was not backed by any empirical evidence. But the FCCPC, through the Director, Corporate Affairs, Onadeji Ijagu, in a statement replied to the airline on Sunday, cautioning it against obstructing ongoing inquiry arising from petitions over alleged exploitative fares. However, Keyamo, in his intervention, said the FCCPC should have contacted the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, directly instead of going public on the alleged exploitative fares by Airpeace, as the power to regulate airlines is domiciled in the NCAA. And the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, have said it has identified some ministries and agencies that engage in job racketeering. The Commission's chairman, Musa Aliyu, made this disclosure while speaking during a high-level seminar to commemorate the 2024 International Anti-Corruption Day. He noted that the Commission promises to take necessary actions against these ministries and agencies in the coming days. Ali also asserted that most younger persons in the country have shown strong resistance to engaging in corrupt practices, which he says means the future of Nigeria contains integrity. And while weighing in on the issue of sexual harassment in tertiary institutions, he assured that this challenge is at the Commission and will soon be eradicated. In another development, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, in the Lagos State University, LASU, has advised students to disregard the release by the LASU management and student union body that activities have continued in LASU, despite Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, and Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Other Related Institutions, NASU, industrial action. According to ASU, its members have since declared an indefinite strike to protest the non-implementation of the federal government's approved salary increment of 25% or 35% for members since January 2023. In a statement dated December 8, 2024 by the ASU LASU chairman and secretary, Professor Ibrahim Bakare and Sylvester Idowu, respectively, they notified the university's community and the general public that the Academic Staff Union of Universities, Lagos State University branch, has commenced a total and indefinite strike action effective from the 6th December 2024 to protest the non-implementation of the federal government-approved salary increment of 25% and 35% for members since January 2023. Meanwhile, the public universities may face another shutdown of academic activities due to the government's failure to fulfill its agreement with the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. According to reports, the union is worried about the federal government's failure to honor the 2009 Needs Assessment Agreement, which is aimed at providing 220 billion naira annually for the revitalization of public universities in Nigeria. A senior ASU official who spoke on the condition of anonymity revealed that the union's leadership is poised to initiate a strike if the government fails to release funds for ongoing critical projects under the Needs Assessment Initiative. The source, however, noted that ASU's decision, which is yet to be made public, is hinged on the present government's reluctance to honor agreement with the union, particularly the implementation of the 2009 Needs Assessment Program, adding that the planned action, however, depends on the resolutions to be reached during the National Executive Council meeting of the body scheduled to hold soon. Nigeria has been ranked second among African countries with the most artificial intelligence (AI) firms in Africa, solidifying its position as a key tech hub. Research by the Center of Intellectual Property and Information Technology Law in Kenya estimates that there are around 2,400 AI firms across Africa, with 40% of them being startups. Nigeria, often considered the heart of Africa's tech ecosystem, has attracted attention from GITEX, the world's largest technology event. Debuting in Marrakesh, Morocco, GITEX is set to open investment opportunities in Nigeria by 2025, further cementing the country's place as the largest startup ecosystem in Africa. And the Joint Border Patrol Team Sector 2, Southwest Lagos State, says it has intercepted 6 pieces of pump-action rifles, 1,125 live cartridges, and other contrabands worth 36 billion naira between 2019 till date. The coordinator of the team, Mohammed Shuaibu, a deputy controller of customs, disclosed this while addressing journalists in Lagos. He also noted that the team arrested 1,507 illegal immigrants within the period under review. You're watching Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, where Midday News returns. National Bureau of Statistics reveals foreign investment in telecoms crashed by $99 million. Details of this, as well as sports and foreign stories, coming right after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. And now we move on to the business scene, where data obtained from the website of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has shown that the Naira appreciated by 137 Naira 69 kobo against the United States dollar within a week, following the introduction of the Apex Bank's new foreign exchange platform. According to the data, the closing exchange rate, which saw 1,672 naira 69 kobo per dollar on Friday, November 29th, 2024, rose to 1,535 naira per dollar at the end of the week on Friday, December 6, 2024, representing an 8.24% gain. This came as some members of the organized private sector, OPS, urged the CBN to sustain the naira gain, stressing that this would benefit the Nigerian economy. The currency's improvement is attributed to the operationalization of the new foreign exchange platform, as well as higher liquidity and stability in the foreign exchange market. Meanwhile, residents in Kaduna, Kano and Katsina State have lamented the scarcity of cash, especially as the Christmas celebrations approaches. Some point-of-sale POS vendors lamented the unnecessary cash shortage as banks were no longer dispensing cash of more than 20,000 naira, calling for urgent action by concerned authorities to not hamper the forthcoming Christmas and end-of-year festivities. Also, some customers patronizing POS vendors have decried the high service rates, saying that the bank also charges for transactions. Meanwhile, Vice President Kashim Shettima had, during the 2024 Bankers Committee retreat in Abuja, urged Nigerian Deposit Money Banks, DMBs, to ensure the seamless availability of Naira notes to the banking public. And the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, has revealed that foreign investment in Nigeria's telecommunications sector fell sharply to $14.4 million in the third quarter of 2024, marking an 87% decline from the $113.42 million recorded in the second quarter. In this context, capital importation refers to the inflow of foreign funds or investment into Nigeria's telecommunications sector, which includes all forms of capital brought into the country by foreign entities for the purpose of business investment. The Bureau revealed in its capital importation report that the figure reflected a 77% year-on-year drop compared with the $64.05 million attracted in the same period of 2023. And now moving on to the foreign scene, a 31-year-old man has been arrested after he attempted to redirect a domestic flight in Mexico to the United States while it was en route. According to authorities, the Airbus A320 plane was bound for the northwest city of Tijuana from the central city of León, Guanajuato, but had to make an emergency landing at Guadalajara International Airport about 45 minutes into the flight. A statement from the Secretariat of Security and Civilian Protection said a subject assaulted a flight attendant and attempted to enter the cockpit to divert the flight to the United States, but crew members were able to subdue the man and then issued an alert to conduct an emergency landing in Guadalajara. And U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has pledged to impose straight tariffs and carry out mass deportations while dangling the idea that the United States could withdraw from NATO after he takes office next month. Trump stated this in his first formal television interview since the election. Just 6 weeks before Inauguration Day, President Trump again signaled that U.S. support for Ukraine will scale back, saying he will probably cut the aid helping Kyiv repel Russia's invasion. The president-elect also said he would very quickly look at pardons for supporters jailed for storming the U.S. Capitol after his 2020 election defeat to Joe Biden. Less than a week after the South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol plunged the country into chaos by briefly imposing martial law, the Justice Ministry in South Korea has said that the president has been banned from leaving the country. Yoon sent special forces and helicopters to Parliament on the night of December 3rd before lawmakers forced him to rescind the order by rejecting his decree. The hugely unpopular leader narrowly survived an impeachment motion in Parliament on Saturday, even as huge crowds braved freezing temperatures to call for his ouster. However, despite remaining in office, a clutch of investigations has been closing in on Yoon and his close allies, including a probe for alleged insurrection. The Ministry of Justice confirmed that Yoon had become the first sitting South Korean president to be banned from leaving the country. And now to the world of sports. Real Madrid's trip to face Atalanta on Tuesday is shaping up to be a crucial clash for the troubled holders, as the record 15-time winners have lost 3 of their first 5 matches and find themselves 24th in the standings, with places 25 to 36 eliminated at the end of the group phase. Carlo Ancelotti's side is to travel to Bergamo this week before hosting RB Salzburg and then visiting French outfit Brest with their future in the competition on the line. Madrid have been beset by a string of problems, including adaptation difficulties for superstar summer signing Kylian Mbappe and several key players sidelined through injury. Italian coach Ancelotti has tried to ease the pressure on 25-year-old former Paris Saint-Germain striker Mbappe, who has scored 11 goals in 21 games since joining Los Blancos. And former Manchester United and Portugal winner Nani has announced his retirement from professional football. The 38-year-old, who began his career at Sporting CP before he was signed by legendary former United boss Alex Ferguson in 2007 and left to join Fenerbahce on a permanent deal in 2015, in a statement on his X handle said he has taken the time to make the most important decision of his professional life. He added he believes it was a beautiful career filled with many achievements. Nani played for 10 clubs in total during his 19-year career, plying his trade in countries like Turkey, Spain and the United States. Kylian Mbappe has urged parents to rethink their approach to pushing their children into rigorous training regimes in hopes of creating the next football superstar. Speaking in an interview, the French forward addressed the popular trend of Project Mbappe, where parents document intense training routines for their young children in an attempt to replicate his success. Mbappe stated that parents should stop it and let their children have fun, stressing the need for children to be allowed to enjoy the game rather than being burdened with undue pressure. The Real Madrid star dismissed the notion that overworking young players guarantees their success. That's it on Midday News, and it came to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, on Star Times channel 276, and free to air on Nige Comsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @GlobalTVNG. I am Amina Jibril. Thank you for watching and have a good afternoon.